Hi everyone, good evening. Who all are there? क्या बात है, किसी का कुछ भी हाय हेलो नजर नहीं आ रहा है आज? कहाँ है सारे? हर्षित, अजय तोमार, गुड टू सी यू. हाय गाइस. Unfortunately, I can't see your chats, so let me refresh. Now it's good, all clear. Hey Ananya, Ishwar, hi. Keshu, good to see you. Hi Ajay. Afifa. Agrawal, Aryan Agrawal, hi, good evening. Shivakumar Kundaram, hey. So how was the day, guys? कुछ तैयारी शयारी हो रही है कैट की? Now we are left with 5 months. शायद आपने 26 वालों के लिए वेबिनार रखा था, but I could not go live. So how can I watch it? क्यों वॉच करना है वो? That was live. छोड़ दो आप सक्षम. You ask me your doubts here. When the session gets over, you can bombard me with your doubts. Vikram, I'm good. Hope the same for you. हाँ भाई, 150 दिन बचे हैं, है ना? Ajay, you had a good day. Nice to know that. I had a pretty lethargic day today. A little bit productive, but unlike other days. I mean, other days I'm like generally very, very busy. Today I was a little laid back. उसमें क्या बताया था सक्षम? उसमें लोग डाउट्स पूछते हैं सक्षम. हजारों क्वेरीज आती हैं. मैं सब क्वेरीज की बैटिंग करती हूँ. चिराग जैन, so good to see you. बिस्वाल, गुड इवनिंग. चिराग और बिस्वाल का वेट कर रही थी मैं. सावित्रीपति, हेलो, गुड टू सी यू. Okay everyone, once again welcome to this session. Let's roll. Ha Ajay. Okay. चले. Everybody cheer up. Let that spark come back, okay? Because I have lined up something super productive for this session. It's not like I just pick anything random from here and there just for the sake of giving it out to you कि भाई बच्चे कुछ भी पढ़ लेंगे, मैं कुछ भी पढ़ा दूंगी. I have to drive home a point today, okay? कोई ऐसी चीज है जो मैं आपको दिखाना चाह रही हूँ. एक बार आप वो पहचान गए तो it will help you get more clarity in your CAT, and that will help you stay calm. That will help you improve your marks, okay? So बोलने को सेशन का नाम Inferences है. Inferences is a general topic. PYQs, it's again very general, totally available on Google. But I have picked something from PYQs, and with those points I'm going to drive home a very, very important point. So अगर आप लोग रेडी हैं तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. बिस्वाल, मुझे भी ये वाला सेशन के बिना ना ऐसा लगता है कि अरे आज तो प्रोडक्टिविटी ही नहीं थी मेरी, कुछ किया ही नहीं है मैंने, चाहे मैंने कितना भी काम कर लिया हो दिन को. ओके, so I'm absolutely enthusiastic about this session, and this one, like right now, is going to be fabulous. Not because I'm giving it to you, but because there is a point that will help open your windows. चले? केशु and Savitri and Aryan. केशु, मैंने आपको पिछले 3-4 दिनों से बोला है, start daily reading, because I know your level is low, Keshu. There's no harm in accepting that my VARC level is low, but I can improve it if I do daily reading. So Keshu, फिर से आपको बोल रही हूँ, क्लास में आपको personalized attention दे रही हूँ मैं. जब तक आपका इंग्लिश का, अंग्रेजी माँ का लेवल आपका अच्छा नहीं होगा, you will not be able to crack CAT VARC questions. Aditya, Chirag, chalo, Ajay, Tomar. Let's move now. Kishan Jaiswal, good evening. ठीक है, केशु प्लीज रीडिंग शुरू करो. आई एम पुअर इंग्लिश टू चिराग, फिर तो सबसे पुअर इंग्लिश मैं ही हूं. ओके, स्नेहा. चलिए गाइस, मेरा पेन चल रहा है कि नहीं? हाँ, देख लेने दो. हाँ, चल रहा है. राइट. ओके. Aryan, you watch these offline. Okay, cool. Today you're there in the class. I'm very happy. Now, we are going to discuss CAT inferences from PYQs. Okay. So what is the agenda of the session today? I'm going to give you 3 and 3 6 questions. Okay, taken from CAT 2024, एकदम जो अभी गुजरा है. These 6 questions are not from one passage. One passage में तो 5 ही होते हैं आजकल. You know that. There is no guarantee that it's going to be 5 only. They can change it any day and give you 6 questions in a passage, or 3 questions, 3 3 6 6, or 5 5 5 5. Okay, or 4 4 questions के, हाँ, same 5 5 5 5 नहीं. They can give you this way. I'll show you. 4 4 4 4 जैसे ये normal देते हैं, और 6 6 3 3. Okay, 12 12 3 नहीं, फिर ये ज्यादा हो जा रहा है. So maybe 5 5 5 5 3 3 ऐसा. So ये permutation and combination में दे सकते हैं. Do not take it for granted that it's going to be like this. Okay, so ये जो 6 questions हैं, I have taken from 2 different passages, and I'm going to show you something. Fine. करना क्या है हमने? Inferences सीखना है. I have said this repeatedly. Inferences is a game of rephrasing. The day you start following this, your inferences will become very easy. ठीक है? So I'm going to show you how to rephrase and infer and come up with the answer, eliminate. Okay, so number 2, of course, we are going to learn how to eliminate. बिना elimination के तो मेरा कोई question नहीं बनता है, CAT में नहीं बनता है. Okay, number 3, you have to be able to identify those questions that these are inference questions. ठीक है, identify the questions. Do you get my point here, Chirag and Sneha and Aryan? What I'm saying is, people generally believe that inferences लिखा रहेगा question में, okay, कि ये inference है. I'm going to show you something here. अरे ये वाले पेज में क्यों चली गई मैं? हाँ, okay. So people generally believe that inferences will be written there in the question. तभी वो inference का question है. Inference is not necessarily something that is written there. Most of the questions of CAT have to be inferred. Okay, inferred बोले तो interpreted, interpreted बोले तो rephrased. ये याद रखना बस, ये rephrased. Okay, now how do they give you these questions? Okay, I'll clear this here and write it. How do they give you these questions? The question can directly ask you, what can we infer? It can say, what does the author imply? It can say, what would the author agree with? It can say, what would the author conclude? Okay. It can also ask you, which of the following is true according to the passage. Now, pay attention, everybody, if you're here to learn something from me. Okay, true false questions are there. True false कैसे questions होते हैं typical? I'll tell you, Chirag and Biswal. The author cites all of the following as effects of the earthquake except. Okay, or the author says, okay, all of the following are true from the passage except, or all of the following are false except, and the options will be slightly short. You get it? So short ऐसा type. Short options एक word नहीं, 5-6 words, 5-6 words, 5-6 words, or 2-3 words. That is a typical true false question. But if they ask you which of the following is true according to the passage, which of the following is false according to the passage, all of the following are true except ऐसा, and they give you long sentences. Okay, long sentences. They are simply asking you to infer. Infer बोले तो you have to go back to that point, you have to rephrase करके they have given you some synonyms, some similar words and all, and you have to just interpret from the passage. Is it clear? तो ये true false वाला ऐसा होता है. बच्चा देखता है true false वाला question, true लिखा है, false लिखा है, वो कहता है ये तो true false है, सीधा ढूंढो पैसेज में, मिलेगा, मिल जाएगा, मिल जाएगा. He doesn't realize that he has to interpret. Sometimes the बच्चा thinks, अरे नहीं नहीं, true false तो ना is a time taking question, I am not going to do it, dump it, move on. जबकि वो बहुत ही सिंपल, एक जगह से रिलेटेड, एक पैरा से रिलेटेड, इट वॉज एन इन्फरेंस क्वेश्चन, थोड़ी सी वोकैबुलरी लगा के यू कैन इंटरप्रेट. यू गेट माई पॉइंट? तो ये ऑप्शंस देख के पता चलता है मुझे, चिराग एंड स्नेहा, ये ट्रू फॉल्स वाला ट्रू फॉल्स है या ट्रू फॉल्स इन्फरेंस टाइप वाला ट्रू फॉल्स है. समझे बच्चों? कंफर्म करो जल्दी कि ये पॉइंट क्लियर है. Author conclusion is a type of inference. I hope you guys are noting these points down. मैं कभी अनाउंस नहीं करके बताऊंगी कि हाँ आज नोट्स लिखने हैं. कॉलेज में थोड़े ना बोला जाता है कि नोट्स लिखो बैठ करके. You decide आपको क्या लिखना है. Author conclude का मतलब है, conclusion is a type of inference. Inference is a big chhatri. Conclusion is a type of inference. Inference has to be 100% true according to the passage. Conclusion has to be 100% true according to the passage. The only difference is inference can be any one line taken from the whole passage and rephrased. Conclusion has to be पूरे passage को लेकर के main idea से connect करके end में how will he conclude or what will he agree with. Do you get my point? Right guys? ठीक है? Is it clear so far, Rubal? Hi, good to see you, Rubal. Summary, no, summary is not conclusion. Abhinav, no. Summary can include all the points from the paragraph, from the passage. Conclusion is पूरा बोलने के बाद so. समझो यहाँ पे point को guys, बारीकी से समझो. पूरा बोलने के बाद so we can say that. That is conclusion. Inference is any one line taken from the passage and rephrased. Okay. Summary is पूरा beginning से end तक passage का important points आने चाहिए. Okay, so author conclude is also type of inference. Okay, type of inference. Author agrees with. What would the author agree with? ये समझो यहाँ पे बिस्वाल. Let's say the passage is talking about racial discrimination. Okay, and how countries these days are not stepping up to go against it, not stepping up to curb it, so people are troubled, especially immigrants face this problem. The whole passage is talking about racial discrimination in various forms and various countries. Okay, then In the last para, the author comes up with one or two suggestions. Okay. If he gives you one or two suggestions in the end, that means what would the author agree with? That point should coincide with that last paragraph ka suggestions. Correct? Yes, guys. But let's say the author doesn't give you any suggestions in the end, but he is vehemently opposing something. He says this should not be there, this should not happen, this should not happen. It's all the fault of the government. We need a stronger government. We have very weak system. What would the author agree with? On the basis of this, so we can say that the author would want a stronger government, stronger institutional setup, stronger framework. Got it? That is how we take out agree with. But still it is asking you for inference, means पूरा पढ़ के what can you come up with? Simple language में inference बोले तो what do you understand from the passage? It can be written there. You can take the same point down but not word for word. It has to be rephrased. Synonyms डालो. Got it? Infer और imply तो डायरेक्ट लिखा हुआ है. Infer क्या होता है? We can infer from the passage. What does the author imply in the passage? Clear? ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा. जरूरत पड़े तो दोबारा देखना इसका रिकॉर्डिंग एंड नोट डाउन द पॉइंट्स. ये जहां जहां ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हैं सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बोले तो दे आर आस्किंग यू फॉर इनफरेंस. ओके, यहां पे एक पॉइंट देती हूं आपको जस्ट टू हेल्प ओपन योर विंडोज. What do question setters do these days? How do they set inference questions? ये भी सुन लो. Let's say there is a sentence. Okay, it says the government has been working for the emancipation of slaves. Okay, the government of South Africa tried to do something about apartheid, and it also went on to do something about emancipation of slaves. Apartheid आया, emancipation आया. What will the question setter do? He'll simply take that line, feed it into CAT GPT. He'll feed that line and he'll say, give me meaning of this. Okay? Give me meaning of this. वो meaning उसने वहां दे दिया, sentence. Question setter ने वो उठाया लेकर के उसको option बना लिया. That is how it is done these days. Okay? Everybody. सबको समझ में आ गई ये बात या नहीं? आर्यन, आयुष्मान, अजय मनी. ओके, मोहित, रुबाल. So far so good. Is it clear? Now I'll take you over to the questions and I'll show you what I mean exactly. Let's put this knowledge to like experiment, practical. ठीक है? चलिए, अजय, आदित्य. Before that, the quick announcement. We are opening the last batch today. I mean, we are starting it. So go ahead, enroll. ठीक है? If you haven't done it yet. Along with this last batch, we have come up with something new that is cut short. It's a compilation of some brilliant shortcut techniques for QA. Okay? VARC का भी मैं लेके आऊंगी, पर वो बैच से एसोसिएट नहीं करेंगे, ऐसे ही दे देंगे. Okay? So go ahead, take this batch course if you have been planning for some time. This is the right time for you to do it. We still have 5 months left, and in our batch 3, we are going to again start from scratch and give you every topic and practice within these 5 months. Cool? Chalo. Now, this is the passage that I have taken. Amandeep, happy to see you there. Thank you for being my student. There is this passage from 2024, Amandeep. Okay. There is a group in the space community who view the solar system not as something, right? So when we take a look at this passage, we understand it's about the solar system. We understand it's something to do with NASA because we see this word here. Correct? Then what do I generally do? I assess the passage, right? कितने पैराग्राफ्स हैं इसमें, मार्स, मार्शल फंगाई, ऑल राइट, ये सब दिख रहा है, ठीक है, सो साइंटिफिक पैसेज है, गुड, राइट, ओके, ये नासा वासा सब दिख रहा है मुझे, यूएस लूनर लैंडिंग्स एंड ऑल, रीजनेबल कॉम्प्रोमाइज, ओके. नाउ I take you over to the question. So it's a very nice looking passage, neat looking one. How do we go over to the questions and understand क्या है ये? The author is unlikely to disagree with any of the following except. अमनदीप, एक चीज यहां देख अमनदीप, द प्रपोजल दिख रहा है, राइट? यहां दिख रहा है शुड बी, करेक्ट. The moment I see these two things, I understand that this is actually a conclusion question. समझा अजय? Chirag. So the author is unlikely to disagree with any of the following. This is not true false का question because these are long sentences, Aryan. Long sentences. अभी मैंने आपको शुरू में समझाया, true false will be short, proper true false. This is simply put inference. So unlikely to disagree. Okay, सबके साथ agree करेगा, agree, 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 एक disagree. You get this point? Shoaib Ahmed, correct? I always keep a rough sheet with me when I'm solving any RC. I just keep it handy in case I need to scribble, because by the time I go back and read, I forget. I tend to forget कि agree agree पूछा, disagree पूछा, क्या पूछा, भूल गई, गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. So I note it down first to make it very clear. Okay? So agree 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 and disagree बोले तो true, 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 false. In simple language, they are asking you for inference. Why? Because I told you conclusion is a form of inference. Conclusion has to be taken out on the basis of the whole passage. पूरा पढ़ के, end पढ़ के, oh, so we can say that inference can be any one sentence taken from the passage and rephrased the way I told you. Chat GPT पे या जैसे भी डाल के जैसे question setters करते हैं, so vocabulary आनी चाहिए वहां पर in order to get the inference sentence correct. Okay, चिराग इसने बोला है author is unlikely to disagree. Disagree नहीं करेगा, नहीं करेगा मतलब सबके साथ agree करेगा, right? Except, correct? Unlikely to disagree with any of the following. तो agree agree agree, एक के साथ disagree करेगा. Clear है सबको? ठीक है? First thing you need to understand, what you need to understand here is that this is simply put an inference or conclusion question. I showed you how, Ayushman. Proposal, should, oh okay. So for this question, where will I go? I will go to the last para plus main idea. Do you see my point? हाँ बोलो अजय, I'm listening. The disagreement can happen at any part of the passage, but how are we strongly? This must fall. Yes, very good question, Ajay Mani. That means you are attentive in the class. Bravo. That is exactly what I said just now. I sneak peeked at the options. ऐसे देखा भी नहीं मैंने, नजर पड़ जाती है ना when you are reading the question. Proposal should be ये. That means we are talking about पूरे passage के basis पे what should be done. You get my point, Ajay Mani? That is what gives me this vibe, gives me this conviction that this is a conclusion question. समझ गए मेरी बात? आगे बढ़ूं? अमनदीप, जिस दिन ये क्लैरिटी आपको आ गई क्वेश्चन देख के कि बेटे तुझे मैं ढूंढूं कहां पर, उस दिन आपका ना मतलब एक्यूरेसी आपकी ऑटोमेटिकली ऊपर चली जाएगी. ऑल राइट, गॉट इट? अजय मनी, व्हाट नॉनसेंस यार. फॉर द लास्ट आई थिंक कब से स्टार्ट किया मैंने, 20-25 minutes I have been blabbering in English only. In between, if I insert one sentence or something, you guys have to come up with this objection. Can you please talk in English, please? Of course, I'm doing the entire session in English. Do not be a grumbler all the time, guys. Come on. Okay? Chalo. Are we done with this? Everybody? So you have to reach that level. You should be able to see the question and understand what it is asking. Rubal clear? Ajay Tomar clear? Okay. Next. The contrasting reactions to the Chinese and Israeli contaminations of lunar space. Do you see that this is a specific question? Aryan Agrawal, Ajay, Rubal, Ajay Tomar and Ajay Mani. This is a specific question. So specific question means what happens? They are asking you contrasting reactions. Specific question. So when we say specific question, this is, and you see the sentences, they are like, long sentences. Right? Long sentences. Cool? So what happens over here? This is simply put an inference. Got it, everybody? Clear? Okay. Done. Next. The author's overall tone in the first para. Now this is not an inference question. But I have taken this question to show you something. Savitri. I want to show you something, that if you have got these two nice questions, one conclusion for which I need to go to the last para, one super specific that is connected to Chinese and Israeli contaminations, and the third one is a tone question, shouldn't I feel happy about this passage? Shouldn't I select this passage? Why? Because three questions are like super duper cool. समझ में आया सबको? क्या बताना चाह रही हूं मैं? ये आपको लेवल लाना पड़ेगा. आपको क्वेश्चंस देख के समझना होगा क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा है एंड इसके बेसिस पे कौन से क्वेश्चन सेलेक्ट करने हैं. राइट? Should I go for this passage because the questions are nice, or should I dump this passage because the questions look pretty dense? Now, Amandeep, if you don't understand these fine points, you will find every question dense. You will see all the questions and you will say, no, array, this is bad, this is bad, this is horrible, ये तो true, false है, this is agree, disagree, I can't do all these. Understood, Aryan? Right? So tone question and the other two specific questions, one is conclusion, one is specific. These are super duper good. Okay, let's go back and solve these questions now. Shall we? Okay, but first we need to understand what the passage is all about. Right, everybody? Ha, Sneha, tell me what to prefer. Passage in selection, questions, of course questions. Alright, go ahead guys, read this paragraph and get the main idea. You all are going to tell me the main idea and only after that will I move forward to the questions. Are we done? Chirag and Aditya, what is the main idea of the passage? So far, what can you understand? What is he going to discuss? Yes, Biswal, come on. Something related to contamination, maza nahi aaya Rubal. Celestial bodies, okay, but of celestial bodies, contamination, okay, you're almost there. Good. Contamination, author contrasting, okay, view, okay, nice. Main idea, okay. All right, good. Amandeep, what about you? Ha, Aryan, avoiding contamination, okay. There is a group in the space community who view the solar system not as an opportunity to expand this, but as a nature preserve. Nature preserve, right? Forever the provenance of an elite group of scientists and their sanitary robotic probes. They are talking about purifying or cleansing or preserving the celestial bodies. Correct? Ajay? Yes, Ajay, bang on, right. You said, Ajay Mani, NASA is spending on robotics. Well said. Yes. So here he says, forever the provenance of an elite group of scientists and their sanitary robotic probes. These planetary protection advocates, supporters, किस चीज के supporters? Planetary protection. They call for what? Avoiding harmful contamination of celestial bodies. And what happens under this? NASA, we all know what NASA is. NASA incurs great expense sterilizing robotic probes in order to prevent the contamination of entirely theoretical biospheres. Right? Now this is not the author's view. We don't know yet, Amandeep, what his view is. He's just telling you in the first paragraph that there is a group that says this. घरों में होती है ना fastidious औरतें, ये वहां नहीं, ये वहां नहीं, ये बहुत गंदा है, काम वाली बाई के पीछे like they keep roaming around. वो कोना छूट गया, ये वाला साइड छूट गया. They are fastidious, they are persnickety. That is what is happening here. There is a group, the elite group of scientists who talk about conserving or preserving celestial bodies. But what is our author's view? I have no idea. Mr. Author, are you going to agree with this or are you going to disagree with this? Are you going to call this good or are you going to call this bad? Right? There is something that gives me the author's tone, Amandeep. In this very paragraph, there is something that gives me the author's tone. Come on, Ajay Mani, Ajay Tomar, what is that thing that gives me the author's tone in this? I mean, I can easily predict what the next paragraph is going to talk. I can easily understand whether the author is going to support this or criticize this. Tell me, guys. He is negative. How do you know there's something? Sumit, concerning, criticize it. No, you're not there. How do I know that he's going to criticize it? Oh yes, Biswal, lovely, amazing. Do you see this? Ajay Mani, Ajay Tomar, harmful contamination in inverted commas. They call for avoiding harmful contamination. Oh, as if it's harmful, as if there is contamination. Those planetary bodies are not even occupied, they are not inhabited, and they call for harmful contamination. It's as if घर में खाना पड़ा हुआ है and they are talking about the food getting contaminated. You get the point? This is the author's tone. Savitri, did you get it? Clear? Alright, so we are done with this first para, we got the main idea. Now we are just going to move the car to the third gear and just zoom along. No need to read entirely. Transporting bacteria would matter if Mars were the vital world once imagined by astronomers. Nobody wants to expose, but sadly, okay, so this para is talking something about Mars. Okay, oxygen. Now see how I'm skimming, Amandeep. Exist underground, robots, Mars outweigh, Martian fungi, Soviet Union, okay. Vertical reading is what I call skimming. Alright. In brackets here something is given. I'm not going to read that right now. Okay. Next, the other likely targets of human exploration. Oh, okay. That means in the previous paragraph, Mars was one likely target. This is how I map my passage. Okay, the other likely targets of human exploration development, okay, exist, all right, okay, fine, it's also important. Again, I'm skimming. Example, China. China did something. I'll come back if there is a question. Israeli Bereshit lunar probe something. Done. So this is talking about other targets. Fine, celestial bodies. Cool? Okay. Next, NASA's previous human exploration efforts made no serious attempt at sterility with little notice. Now it comes down to NASA. There is a question on NASA. We need to come back here, right? As the Mars expert Zubrin, all right, something here, forcing NASA's, all right. Just get the tone. Okay, getting future astronauts off Mars is enough. All along the author is criticizing this particular thing. This obsession with celestial bodies ka contamination and cleansing and contamination prevention. Done? Everybody done? The last paragraph. This is the last para? Yes. A reasonable compromise is to continue. Do you see this? Now this passage gives you some kind of reasonable solution, some kind of suggestion in the end, a reasonable compromise. If they give you a main idea question of this passage, it has to include the last para as well. Why? Because this contains some kind of solution, some kind of suggestion ki aisa kar lo to chalega. Okay, Aryan. A reasonable compromise is to continue on the course laid out. National Research Council, which proposed a system of zones, some for habitation. This approach minimizes contamination. Okay. Mars present. Okay. We can turn inward, pursuing even more limited futures, which natural or man-made disaster. Alternatively, we can choose to propel our biosphere further into the solar system, simultaneously providing a backup plan. There is a question here. Very, very, very important. This will be connected to your main idea and the conclusion. Are the lives on Earth worth less than some hypothetical microbe lurking under Martian rocks? Do you see the last point? The question that gives you the main idea, ekdam as clear as crystal. Ajay Mani, is it clear? Aryan Agrawal, you tell me. Tell me guys. Yeah. So the main idea is not only contamination of celestial bodies, Ajay Mani, Chirag, no Savitri. Yes, criticizes exactly. The main idea is our author criticizing these efforts done to decontaminate these celestial bodies, and he says, are the lives on Earth worth less than those uninhabited planets? Got it. He says it's just some hypothetical microbe. We don't even know whether there are the microbes, virus, bacteria are there. We don't know. Clear? That is what he has said. Done? So you have to understand the author's tone. That is like very, very important. Okay. Now we'll go over and we'll do this question first. Why? Because Amandeep, now we know that this is conclusion. Disagree with, यहाँ बोला है proposal, okay, should be minimized, something, right, Rubal? So we know what type of question this is and we know where to look for it. Go ahead, check the options and start eliminating. Shan, Shoaib, Okay. I'm not asking you directly for the answer, Rubal. Everybody, please don't give me the answer. I request you. You know what the game is and how it is played in my class. I want elimination, guys. Elimination. Would he agree to some investment or some cost for the celestial bodies? Yes or no? पहले ये बता दो मुझे. Would he agree to some investment? No, right, Aryan? Give me one elimination on that basis. No, I'm going to go step by step. We are not jumping onto the answer. Give me one elimination on that basis. Biswal, well done. People who could eliminate A because of that. The proposal for a zonal segregation, Martian landscape, regions, different purposes, the author is criticizing all that obsession. So this is out, right? Then he says that while NASA's earlier missions were not ideal, they likely did no grave damage. Okay? Unlikely to disagree hai. That means he would agree, agree, agree. Please get this clear again. Agree, agree, agree. There is only one with which he will disagree. Right? Come on, guys. Do your elimination, please. Go back to the question. Chirag, unlikely to disagree with any of the following. That means he will agree, right? यहाँ पे ये भी हो सकता है guys, चिराग and बिस्वजीत and everybody, अमनदीप, स्नेहा. Unlikely to disagree का मतलब जरूरी नहीं है कि वो agree कर रहा है. Are you getting my point? Money, are you getting my point? It's not necessary that he is going to agree with those points. He may be neutral, 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 or. But here we are looking for one with which he will definitely disagree. Please try to get this point clear. You get it? So you can look for neutral or agree, neutral or agree, neutral or agree. Yeah? There's one with which he will disagree. Right? I'll take you back. Chalo. You can check here first. Why? Because it's conclusion. Come on, Rubal. Do you see here, everybody, darlings, a reasonable compromise is to continue on the course which proposed a system of zones on Mars. Do you see my point here? Now we know exactly what we are looking for. You get the point, Ajay Mani? So he is not totally against this system of zones on Mars. You're getting it? So here, this is neutral. He may not agree with it completely, but it's not necessary that he is disagreeing with it. Right? So here we mark just an okay. He says, okay, a reasonable compromise would be to go ahead with the segregation of Mars or whatever. Right, Aryan? So he is not disagreeing with it. Get this point clear, guys. Learn in this class. He is not disagreeing. Okay, I take you back to this para. We know for sure that we have to get the answer from here. Some for science, some for habitation, some for resource. Minimizes contamination, maximizes exploration. Okay. Are the lives on Earth worth less than some hypothetical microbe lurking under this? Okay. Go on. Now look for something with which he will definitely disagree. He'll say, no, I don't want to do that. Don't you think he agrees with D? Totally agree. Right? So this is eliminated. This is eliminated. You get my point, Ajay Mani, Aryan, Rubal? Now your work becomes very easy. Now you'll be able to see the answer. Yes, Biswal, yes. I know you said this first. I was just waiting for everybody to get onto that level. You get it? So ये समझो पहले. ये नहीं कोशिश करते हैं लोग इस चीज पे. They just jump onto the question and they just goof up, mess it up badly. All right. So this is neutral. Why? Because it's given there. चलने दो, reasonable compromise. Okay, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा. जाने दो, चलने दो बोला उसने. The exorbitant cost. This is the main idea. So he agrees with it. This is eliminated. I'm left with B and C. Now between B and C, what would he disagree with, Savitri? Give me the answer now. Space contamination should be minimized. Reduce it. Why? Because we feel that there is life on that particular planet. We feel that there are some microbes. That's the tone. It should be minimized until the possibility of life is ruled out. Until we say that acha, there is no life. Finally, with conviction, we know that there is no life. So let's stop it then. Obviously, yes, this is something that he would disagree with. It goes against the main idea of the passage. Got it, guys? Chalo. The contrasting reactions to the Chinese and Israeli contaminations of lunar space. Specific. Rephrase. Yes, Biswal, very good. Great comprehension you have. Yes. Chinese and Israeli contaminations. Just go there, read the range, come back and eliminate. Come on, Mani, Aditya. It's also important to note, I would read from here, many international competitors will ignore the demands of these protection extremists in any case. Okay? Right? For example, China recently sent a terrarium and germinated a plant seed with unsurprisingly no protest from its own scientific community. In contrast, when it was recently revealed that a researcher had surreptitiously smuggled this aboard the ill-fated this, a firestorm was unleashed within the space community. What is he saying? Why is he giving these examples? Biswal, the concept is here. Many international competitors will ignore the demands of these protection extremists in any case. Yes, Aryan, good. I'm taking you over to the options now. Let's see if we can eliminate. Do not give me the answer, please. Just eliminate. This is a question that you can get in 40 seconds if done the right way. Very good, Rubal. Give me elimination, please. Reasonable. Yes, 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 Biswal. Are evidence of China's reasonable approach? Seriously? So where did Israel go? Right, guys? I can easily eliminate this. Very good. Thank you for guiding me. Next, what should I eliminate? Yes, Tomar. I love that. Very good. Are valid. Seriously, is that the tone of the author? No way. We know the tone, we know the main idea. Right, Mani? Right, Mohit? We are left with C and D. Sneha, that makes our work so easy. Come on, Kishan. Now between C and D, don't eliminate. Take one, prove it. Don't be hasty. Don't be hasty. We'll go back. Okay. C says, reveal global biases prevalent in attitudes toward different countries. D says, indicate that national scientists may have different sensitivities to issues of biosphere protection. Okay. Here the question says contrasting reactions. Alright. What is the difference between these two, Aditya? Global biases, okay, national scientists. Go back. It is given there, guys. Since there are two left, I know the difference between the two and I'm trying to prove one. Aryan, the difference between the two is one says global community, global arena. The other says scientific community. Unsurprisingly, no protest from its own scientific community, space community. Yes, correct. You guys were being hasty. Do not ever do that. I have told you guys repeatedly, if there are two options left, बनता है, पकड़ के difference check करो. Take one, go back and quickly prove. मैं नहीं करती हूँ ये जल्दबाजी वाला. Global किधर है तुम्हार? The difference between the two is scientific and global. ये देख लो आप. Reveal global biases. Global biases. National scientists, different sensitivities to issues. National scientists, okay. What does it say here? No protest from its own scientific community. Does it say that there was no protest from the world over? Does it say that? Bola, Ajay Tomar? Own scientific community, and here a firestorm was unleashed within the space community. Space community, scientific community, a space community of Israel की बात कर रहा है. Get it? Money, Aditya, Aryan. That's it. So please don't be hasty. Take the gyan of the day from here. Correct? Done. Right? So the answer is indeed D. इतना सा के लिए अभी मिस हो जाता. The last one. Come on, guys. The author's overall tone. Yes, Savitri. Approving, skeptical. Just yesterday in the tone session I discussed this. Skeptical, apprehensive, doubtful, cautious. Indifferent, apathetic. I discussed this also yesterday. Those of you who were there would remember this. Indifferent, insensitive, apathetic, callous. Equivocal. What is equivocal? Confused. Indifferent, extreme, eliminated. He is definitely not approving, right? Eliminated. Kama-san. Now, do not be hasty. Let's go back. Okay? ठीक है? चलिए रुबाल. Check again. Yes, Tomar. Equivocal Himanshu is not able to decide. He is thinking about both this and that. He's a little confused. He's not confused, I think, right? So equivocal, eliminated. This is your answer. Skeptical about what? Excessive efforts, sanitized planets, last line of the passage, life has not yet been proven to exist, or ab mare ja rahe, mare ja rahe, mare ja rahe. You are excessively doing this, you are totally obsessed with it. This is your answer. Okay. So, we are done with this set. CDB, yeah. Okay. Takeaways. For every question, try to understand the type. Do this more in your practice, Ayushman. Do this more. Okay. Number 2, learn tones. I told you yesterday, right? Number 3, inference, rephrasing, vocabulary. Yeah. Sumit, it's a tone question. So we don't do, what do you call it, narrow, broad, extreme, specific. We don't think that way. Ambivalent, Sneha. Ambivalent is again not able to decide. Unclear, that is ambivalent. Yes, Amandeep. I hope this is clear, Amandeep. We won't do the next one because we have run out of time. I'll keep that for the next session, okay? Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow we have it. So we'll just continue with this session tomorrow. Sumit, earlier one, I'll take you back. Ask me your doubts, guys. I'm here. This one, B, biosphere, you're saying. Which one did you mention? Sumit. So Aryan and everybody, please learn, guys. Please learn. I try to give you important Gyan points in every session. I sincerely hope you guys are going to take those up. Between the last two options, Sneha, I showed you. Look for the difference. Dono mein. Take one, go back and prove. हाँ बोलो रुबाल. Global space community written in para. Then will C be the right answer for question 2? Oh yes, bilkul, bilkul. Good point. Sumit, ask me your point here. I did not understand. You were talking about D, I think, Sumit. To issues of biosphere protection. No, Sumit. Biosphere protection, biosphere. So, different sensitivities to issues of biosphere protection. Biosphere is what? You are thinking of biosphere as something narrow. And Sumit, you know what? When we are eliminating, we have to look for the lesser evil among all the four. Especially between the last two, Sumit, look for the lesser evil. चले pack up करें, guys. We'll meet again tomorrow for the continuation of this. Wohi Biswal, biosphere is nature. Okay, Ajay Tomar, Ajay Mani, Ayushman, Somit, Rubal, Himanshu, can you confirm to me if the points are clear? Everyone, please do not go without confirming it to me, वरना मुझे चैन नहीं आएगा. फिर मुझे ऐसा लगेगा like जो मैंने चाहा था, कोशिश की थी, वो नहीं बता पाई मैं आपको. Aryan, tell me please. Thank you Aryan for saying that. You just made my day. हिस्ट्री रिलेटेड पैसेजेस, ठीक है स्नेहा, आई विल ब्रिंग. कैट पीवाईक्यूज में भरे हुए हैं हिस्ट्री रिलेटेड. रुबाल क्लियर है, चलो ठीक है, ओके. Biswal, definitely you can, and trust me Biswal, the best source for practice is PYQs. So in the beginning you may do from other sources here and there, kuch bhi, but by August just turn to PYQs. 2017 to 2024, do all the questions. Okay, चलो बच्चों, पैक अप करती हूँ मैं. टेक केयर, गुड नाइट डूड्स. आई एम गोइंग टू सी यू अगेन टुमारो.